Warning, the following episode contains strong language and adult themes. Hi, welcome back to What the Fuck, the series where we look at the weirdest, strangest, funniest, craziest, awesomest news stories ever. I'm your host, Matt Lidster. Did I already say that?
Hi, I'm Liam Cooper from What Pictures, and this is What the Fuck.
That was a bit weird. And today, we're going to look at 4 stories. 3 of them are real, 1 of them's fake. We got to try and guess which one the fake one is. You ready? Let's do this. Story number 1. Woman discovers that the dead skin from her feet makes excellent flavouring for family dinners. Ah! Why? How do you find that out? Charlie Thompson, a 31-year-old trainee chef at Neptune Oyster Boston, had been fired and publicly shamed last month when it was discovered that she was adding her own flavouring to some of the customers' food. Ew. On February 3rd. What year? I'm sick of not knowing when this happens. A complaint was made regarding an order that was made at a restaurant known for its fresh seafood and its highly rated oyster bar. Fancy. The complaint consisted of a horrifying description of what was found on a customer's buttered lobster roll. That sounds quite nice. I'm taking my kayak. What? I'm taking my kids out for a family dinner. We come here with lots of expectations were high. Mum of 2, Sarah Winford, claimed she took a bite out of her lobster roll. It does, doesn't it? And it was only when she had chewed it out for a while that she realised the consistency of the food was not as it should have been. I spat it out into the napkin. I couldn't stop gagging. It was like a grey, gritty mush that was pulled. No, it wasn't. That was pushed inside of the food.
That was a shellfish experiment on her part.
I had no idea what it could have been. I took it to the woman at the bar and she just looked as disgusted as I did. It was in all our food. It is known that the manager of the restaurant, who wishes to remain unknown, called all the chefs together and asked who was in charge for those particular stations, when a woman known as Charlie Marley stepped forward and confessed to her urge to put things in food.
It was I.
It was I,
Charlie Marley,
who put my feet in your food. That sounds disgusting, doesn't it?
It's disgusting, isn't it?
I know.
She really stuck a foot in it there, hasn't she? Charlie Marley's special ingredient.
You don't want to ask about the clam chowder. In a statement, she claimed I couldn't help myself. I remember picking the dead feet off my skin in the bath one day.
Dead feet off my skin.
Oh, did I say that?
Yeah.
I remember picking the dead skin off my feet, there we go, in the bath one day and thought it could add texture to the food at work. What? Why would you think that? I thought I was helping. She thought she was helping.
Wow.
Woman. Since the incident, Charlie has been fired and reported to the police as part of a health and safety violation, so she should. And it is yet to be decided on a proper course of action. Mental.
Would you go back to the place after knowing that she'd been fired?
Maybe, because unless she's like got a protege and she's like, yes, I can use my hands.
Have you ever got creative with food?
Story number 2. Man throws intestines at cop after stabbing himself. This is mental. This is what have you found this week? That's just not practical. And then they catch it and then they pull him back. A man remains in critical condition in hospital after stabbing himself repeatedly in front of the police and then throwing his intestines at them. I mean, there's plan A's, there's plan B's, and there's plan C's. Fuck me. Wayne Carter, 43. I love how they just give the age. That's fine. Called police Hackensack. Ooh. Called police in Hackensack, New Jersey at 10 p.m. on Sunday. What Sunday? To say he had a knife and was threatening to hurt himself. There's other people you could call. Officers swooped on his Clay Street home and kicked in the door to his room, which he had blocked with furniture, Lieutenant John Heineman said. Carter was cowering in the corner of the room holding a 12-inch knife. When he stood up, He shouted at the officers. Sorry, just got an itchy mustache. When he stood up, he shouted at the officers and frantically stabbed himself all over his body, leaving more than 50 stab wounds.
I reckon that's the first time police officers have walked in on someone sat in the corner holding a 10-incher.
What was in his other hand?
Hey.
When they tried to approach him, the man allegedly threw some of his skin and intestines at officers. Oh no. He refused to drop the kitchen knife and allegedly began swinging it at officers. And the knife. They tried to talk him down, but they were having no luck. He was slashing at them with a knife. Officers sprayed 2 cans of pepper spray at the man, but it had no effect. They wouldn't. For a guy who can stab himself 50 times, he's got to be immortal. They left the room and called Bergen. They left... Oh my goodness gracious me. They left the room and called Bergen County SWAT team, who arrived at 11:40 p.m. That was quick. And helped subdue Carter with beanbag projectiles. Just chucking beanbags at him, and then they all just run and jump on him. The scene was a bloody mess, literally. The police official said the SWAT team had to be decontaminated due to the amount of blood. Oh. The man had to be wrapped up to protect his wounds. Wrapped up, just a bit of cling film. They're all just like holding him up. Come on, son. And he was taken to Hackensack University Medical Center. He underwent emergency surgery and remains in critical condition. Oh yeah, it was in the bloody headline, wasn't it? Oh no, it wasn't. Never mind. Cliffview pilot reported he had punctured his small intestine and sliced through a major stomach artery. The police said the man has a history of disorderly conduct and resisting arrest and has been previously taken to the hospital for psychiatric reasons. Why am I never surprised? Records show he spent nearly a month in the county jail last year after he resisted arrest and made terroristic threats, the pilot reported. Authorities are now waiting results of blood tests to determine whether he had any drugs in his system at the time of the incident. I think he was on drugs if he didn't feel 50 stab wounds. I don't know why I'm being this intense. Right, story number 3. Man accidentally shoots partner in head and kills her during freaky role-playing.
That's not funny.
A Florida man accidentally shot and killed an 18-year-old woman while role-playing in what he called a freaky sex session. Tyrone Fields, 21, called 911 early November 7th. What fucking year? To report he'd shot a woman he had met 2 days earlier. That was a bit quick, wasn't it? Met 2 days earlier, in the head, in a room in Tampa's Regency Inn and Suites. Tampa? It's bloody Florida again. What is wrong with Florida? The woman, later identified as Christina Mega, died at a nearby hospital. She asked Fields to put his 9mm gun to her head, and he took out the pistol's magazine, but forgot to remove a bullet in its chamber. The defendant stated he intentionally pulled the trigger as part of a roleplay. See, I told you it was a cum shot. And the handgun fired a single round into the victim's head, according to the report. He was lying on top of Mega, but wasn't having intercourse with her at the time, Fields told investigators. He had told them he thought her first name was Christina, and police later identified her by checking her driver's license and showing her next of kin pictures of her tattoos. Security cameras at the hotel and an autopsy confirmed the pair entered Church Avenue motel room consensually and ruled out any sexual battery in Mega's death, police said. Fields is now incarcerated at Hillsborough County Jail on felony manslaughter with a weapons charge, inmate records show. A lawyer listed as Fields' attorney, Charles Inman, declined to comment on the case. It's a sad tale. It's something that we have to think, you know, life is fragile. And you have to make sure you enjoy every moment that you can. Because some things just happen, okay? Just live life to the best that you can. And don't regret anything. Just do it. Story number 4. Boy 10 steals grandparents... Oh no, wrong way. Boy 10 steals parents' car to visit grandparents 68 miles away, then tells police he is a dwarf who has forgotten his license.
That was dopey of him.
A 10-year-old Norwegian boy who drove his parents' car into a snowy ditch offered... he didn't get very far. Offered an inventive excuse to police. He was a dwarf who had forgotten his license. I do like the kid. He's got balls. The boy, who lives near Docker, a town 110 kilometres, that's 68 miles, north of Oslo, put his 18-month-old sister in the car. Oh no. Sometime before 6 a.m. What fucking day. While his parents were still sleeping and set off to visit his grandparents in Valdres about 60 kilometres away. He drove more than 10 kilometres before veering off the road, where he was found by a snowplow driver who was alerted the police. The parents woke up and discovered that the children were missing and that someone had taken off with their car. That must be terrifying. Just to get really adulty here, that must be terrifying. They were pretty upset, as you can imagine, said Bard Christiansen, a spokesperson for the West Upland Police District. That sounds quite a nice place, doesn't it? The boy told the snowplow driver that he was a dwarf and forgotten his licence at home. Police said the children were not injured and the car was not damaged and that no charges would be filed. We've talked to them and I'm pretty sure they're going to pay very close attention both to their children and their car keys in the future. That's it. Oh. That's the end of the story. That was a short, nice little sweet one for you.
Like the dwarf.
But it wasn't, it was a kid. So what happened this episode? Story number 1. Woman discovers dead skin, makes excellent food flavouring. God darn. Forgot that was this episode. It's been long. Man throws intestines after stabbing himself. Story number 3. Man accidentally shoots partner in the head during roleplay. And story number 4. Boy steals parents' car, says he's a dwarf.
You feeling confident? Okay.
Right. Who wrote this?
Me.
Dead skin.
Oh my god. Yeah, you're right.
Yes! Oh, yeah.
What was that you?
What was your clue?
I don't know. I just had a feeling. Got it. Come on. Let's just bringing it back. There we go. The score. I'm bringing it back. Okay. So, thank you very much for watching this episode. I hope you got the fake story right. I did today. Please like, share, subscribe. Really helps us out here at What Pictures. I'm Matthew from What Pictures. I've never said Matthew. I'm Matt Lister from What Pictures. And I'll just say I'm Matt Lister. I've been your host, Matt Lister. And that's been the news. Bye!